beef jerky in there.
So you guys are saying I click it.
Oh!
Whoa! Scooter bought a mansion.
Got that dono money. Scooter's living the life. The high life.
Listen, I was roasted so much last stream.
Got rid of the potato.
I had to go buy a whole nother house with internet.
That's it.
Okay, so here we are. Let me know. Are we here? How do I look?
Which house has the best internet on the block? I'll take it, sir.
That's it. You're just like, I bought all the internets. Based on me, I bought the whole block of internets.
Bro,
you can't have it.
So orange.
Yeah, a little Donald Trumpy, but it's okay. It's all right. We accept you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Clickbait Sports. Wow, I get applause and everything. Wow. I'm your host, Tom Grossi. What the hell, partner? No, there it is. There it is. Thank you. I just wanted to be recognized. I'm your host, Tom Grossi. Joining me today is a trio of gentlemen.
Oh.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, you would say. Even though I heard that was a really bad movie, and Sean Connery didn't want to do movies after that movie. It was so bad. But
I heard that as well.
Right? I heard the same thing. Over to this side, right here, on the top, we got Mr. Bald himself, 5 Point Bids right there. There you go. Look at that wave. Sophisticated. Fist bump. There we go. Then, approaching down the middle here, I'm trying to shake your hand, sir. There it is. There it is. We got Mr. Brandon Perna, otherwise known as That's Good Sports. And then finally, the 45th President of the United States. We got Mr. Scooter Magruder coming live from Mar-a-Lago. Mr. Scooter Magruder, thank you for joining us.
Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What, Tom, is on the agenda for today? What can the people watching this expect? Let us know.
I have so many notes that have nothing to do with this show, but I'm going to pass them off like they are. Ladies and gentlemen, the schedule came out last night. The 2021 NFL season. Like Polaris in the distance, shining like a beacon, guiding us home to the regular season. It was released. And it was beautiful. Not for, Lions fans or, the NFC North as a whole, because it was a pretty bad schedule. But if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, it was pretty good. So on the agenda today, we're going to go through each of our schedules. Give us our thoughts. What do we think about it? We think it's easy. We think it's hard. Let's try to predict a little bit of win and loss. Not for every game, but just as a whole. Let's talk about it. And then we'll go through some of the best games of the 2021 NFL season. How about that for an agenda?
I like it. If
I
you're
want to
ready,
go through the worst games.
You want to do the worst ones?
We could do that.
We could do the worst ones too.
The world is our oyster.
That's true. There's nothing written down on here that has to do with clickbait. So like
that all was planned for the best games.
Yep. We can do that. We can 100% do that. That's fine.
We got schedules.
We got schedules. Now, of course, we are not joined by one urinating tree because he
decided F's in the chat for urinating tree taking a mental break. F's in the chat, please. We miss you, buddy.
Mental break.
If you're watching this,
urinating tree hill.
Yeah. What is? I don't know what this break is, but he is no longer here, unfortunately. So we could just say that they are going to go 0-17. I think that's fair.
0-17 for the Steelers.
Okay.
Steelers going to Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So 0-17. It's been written in stone. There's nothing that could possibly change that now. Tree should have been here. Now, before we dive into the schedules, I do want to provide a quick update. So the night of the 2021 NFL draft, I lost a bet in which I needed to place an order for a Minnesota Vikings jersey, a custom jersey, bearing the number and name of Aaron V. Rodgers on it. I ordered it 3-day shipping. It has yet to come. I contacted the company. They say it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to come. So I just want it to be known that I did order it. Spent $160 freaking on it. And it should be here within the next week or so. But the other punishment that you sons of guns put me through, I had to change my Twitter profile pic to a Aaron Rodgers wearing yep, there it is. And I did it on Mother's Day in an attempt to kind of like sneakily put it in there. Maybe no one would notice, but 5 noticed. And then because 5 noticed, everybody else noticed. And
you did it.
A lot of DMs.
Whose body is that?
I was gonna say you put this up on Mother's Day.
Yep.
To turn on your mom. On your mom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whose body is Aaron Rodgers on?
Is that Drew Lock's body?
Yeah.
That's just disrespectful. Can you imagine the person doing this? The disrespect.
Oh man, I see this
right over Drew Lock's face.
Heaven.
That's what Broncos fans are doing, though. That's what they would literally do. They're just like, just get out of the way, Drew. Like, you're done.
Drew Lock is old news. They're just like, get him out of here.
He's
Give
like,
me Aaron Rodgers.
What's funny about this is John Elway is not the Broncos GM anymore, so he really would have nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers coming to Denver if he does come to Denver, but Elway's still going to get the credit if Rodgers comes to Denver.
100%.
But also, Broncos fans, even if Aaron Rodgers is playing for the Broncos, we're always still, just a little part of us is always thinking about John Elway. No matter who our quarterback is, we're always dreaming just a little.
Wasn't
about John
5G brought to Denver so that John Elway could actively monitor the loyalty of Denver Broncos fans? Wasn't that the whole reasoning behind it?
We willingly let him spy on us. It's part of the deal.
Like, I will show you how loyal I am, John. Does everyone have the Jesus candle shrine in the house? Do you have that with John Elway on the candle though? That's what I want to know.
Every room. If you don't, you get in trouble. You get in trouble.
Yes.
That's fantastic. All right. Is there a volunteer for tribute to go first and want to go through their schedule?
I can go. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm the most boring out of all of us, so I'll go. We'll get us out of the way.
Okay.
I looked through this. I looked through this schedule earlier when it first came out, like everyone did, because schedule day is like Christmas Day. If you're an NFL fan, you're just like, what is going to happen? And everyone always just counts it. Well, that's a win. That's a loss. I think the realistic part of me said 15-2, and I don't know how they lose 2. I'm kidding. I think I arrived at 10-7 somewhere. I think as fans, and Scoots, you're probably guilty of this. You either count all the division games as dubs. Do you do that, or do you? I always assume it's gonna. Well,
definitely the Giants. So that's 2 easy dubs right there for the Cowboys. We'll see about the Eagles, but the Giants definitely. Washington.
I either count it as 6-0 or 3-3, and this year I think is one of those 3-3 years, because I think that we'll either sweep one team or split with another, or something will happen. But when I ended up looking at the schedule, there's some tough games in there. We ended up getting both the Bucks and the Chiefs, literally both the participants in last year's Super Bowl. This is a team that was 6-10 last year and draws the 2 participants in last year's Super Bowl. So those, you can just mark those down as L's. I'm really worried about the Vegas game. That one's tough. And we've got to face some teams that,
Have you ever watched the Raiders?
Listen, man, every year you look at the schedule and you try to look at it as objectively as possible. And there's 1 or 2 games that completely shock everyone, right? There's a game where one team that should not upset another does, or a team where the starting QB is out. So
you're saying the Raiders, that's a game that you think the Giants should win, but you're mostly scared they're going to choke and lose in horrific fashion to the Raiders. Yeah. Got it. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and I think Denver could also be a game where that happens as well. But my prediction, looking at this schedule and without knowing anything, is probably a 10-7 season. And that might be good enough to win.
10 wins coming from? That's what I want to know. What 10 games do you see on this schedule that
All
you
right.
think you can win?
We
Please
should be
count
the
them out to
Falcons.
us.
All right, call me up again here. Call me up. Bring me back. Bring my face back. All right.
Okay, please talk to me because I need to know
Scotty.
this.
All right, hold on. We should beat the Falcons, right? You can give us that. All right.
Who?
There-
Is Daniel Jones still the quarterback in this scenario, or is
All
something
right.
changed?
First got Scooter.
The
loves
Falcons
Kyle
just
Pitts.
got
Pitts is
Kyle
gonna throw the ball. Pick
Pitts.
the ball.
They just got
All right.
Kyle Pitts.
We should be able to split with Washington. We should be able to beat the Saints. We've got to split with the Cowboys in this scenario. We got to beat the Rams, which is 5. We should be able to beat the Panthers
not
and
beating the Rams.
Darnold, right? I was worried about the Raiders game, but that should be O-dub for the.
Bro, you
for
need
the-
to be worried about
the
every single game on
Right.
this schedule. 5 points.
We could possibly sweep the Eagles. See, that's 9, and then a win over the Bears and their rookie quarterback. That's 10 wins right there. Okay?
Chat, type 1
Not
right
bad.
now if you think 5 points is delusional.
It's
Type
not
2 if you
out of-
agree with them. Type 2 if you agree. Because I need to see. I need to see
You
this
get
split.
those
'Cause right
type
now,
2s out there. Mhm.
right now, I'm all team 1 right now.
Give me
I
that
just-
diabetes, baby. I want.
I the Rams. I feel like the Rams are going to be like I picked the Rams to like beat the Packers. Like I think the Rams are going to be a really good football team this year with Matthew Stafford and that defense.
The
Okay,
Rams.
I'm looking at
with
my chat.
Stafford.
What are your chats saying? Because right now, it's pretty split. It's like a 70-31 split
There's
for
a
me.
lot of ones.
Stafford's going to be so good. The Rams are going to get like a cool nickname. They're going to be like, "Oh, you just got the staph infection." You played the Rams.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
here we
way
go.
better than beating Goff.
5 points. Question.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lions.
Okay, you're going 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
But the real question is, what's happening after week 1?
I'd like
You
to
guys
talk about
coming
week
away?
1 with Adam real
Let's talk
quick.
about week 1. Why don't we talk about week 1?
Oh, the Broncos?
See, week 1 is Daniel Jones versus either Aaron Rodgers, but probably Drew Lock. So it's Daniel Jones, who Giants fans don't know if he's the future, versus Drew Lock, and Broncos fans don't know if he's the future. So either both of us are going to walk away from that game, Adam, like, oh, shoot, we have a long season ahead of us. Because if I'm going to give the Giants credit for one thing, I think their defense started to come together. I think Joe Judge has something going on that side of the ball. They played against Tampa really well last year in prime time. They gave Tom Brady more problems than most. They still lost, but they played him well. So I think the Giants defense might be good. I'm scared Drew Lock will look really bad against them. Or I'm scared for an even worse scenario where it's week 1. And week 1 is the hardest week to read any team because crazy things happen. And I'm scared Drew Lock and Daniel Jones are both going to go off. 400 yards passing from both guys, just an air attack. Adam and I are going to be pumped like, oh, our team's coming together. And then it's all going to be a facade. And then we're going to get shot up here. And then slowly through the course of the season, we're going to come to terms with reality.
See, I feel like it's going to be the opposite. I feel like it's going to be a really ugly game, and the Giants are going to have to grind it out, and it's going to be like a 10-7 final or something just horrific, and that will set the tone for one of those years where the Giants, last year the Giants were in a lot of games that they blew because their defense couldn't hold up. And what did they do in the draft? They drafted nothing but defense. And except for Kadarius Toney. So I think we're going to be a better team. I
think there needs to be a wager that takes place here for week 1 between you. I feel like, chat, let me know if you're with me, but I feel like there needs to be some sort of wager. The losing team has to do something. So if the Broncos win, 5 points, you got to do something, and vice versa for Perna. What are we thinking, chat? Tom, as moderator,
Yeah.
What are we thinking here?
I don't know. Maybe Perna has to get a 42-10 shirt, possibly. Or what was
42 to 10.
No, what was the Super Bowl? What was it? 38-22, 39.
Are you talking about the
22?
Seahawks one?
No.
42 to 8.
When the Giants beat the Broncos, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
39-22, I think.
I've actually got
Something
a
like
Giants
that.
Broncos Super Bowl shirt somewhere.
Really? Why would you want to bring? Well, you were like
It's a cool shirt. The
I just
designs
think
back then were
You were
cool.
an embryo when that happened. So
I really think though we should do it like if our teams play each other, Giants
Oh,
play
yeah.
the Cowboys, loser has to do something, right? I
That's fair
think
enough.
that would. What are we thinking, chat?
Loser has to get a tattoo of the opposing team's logo on their face.
I mean, that
I
was
think
my
that's
first
fair.
option.
That's how much I
That was my-
believe in this show.
I was going.
And it's
you're
got
like the producer of Oz, right? Who got the Oz tattoo on his arm or whatever. Boy, you better hope it's a hit, right? Anyways, we'll think of something between now and then. I'll have to wear like I'll have to get an HCL shirt or something like that. If
Oh, yeah, you just gotta buy my Drew Lock merch.
yeah,
I'll buy
Score
it.
prediction?
I'll buy it without losing, just to show some support. So I got you.
My score
Absolutely.
prediction is 24-17 New York Giants.
Wow.
24-7.
Nice.
What's yours?
Week 1, Broncos win that game 35-3. Daniel Jones rushes for 283 yards, but fails to score a touchdown every time.
Because he falls
Every
on the one.
time. Yeah, because he doesn't know how to run.
He just falls down, and it's just terrible.
amusing. I enjoy that.
Mm.
Listen, when Tree comes back, him and I, week 4, that's gonna be sexy.
It's gonna
Let's
be
predict
drama.
that. You want to predict that one? Week 4?
Yeah, that's a W. I'll go. Yeah, that's fine. So I did a whole breakdown on my channel about this last night, and like you look at this, like it's not a fun schedule. Like there are not fun times to be had. Like for example, like we're playing a Monday night game week 2, and then on a shortened week, we're going to Sunday Night Football against the 49ers, who I think are going to be good this year, considering
better.
they won't be, in the ER. So then you got the Steelers right after that. I think we do beat the Steelers because it's at Lambeau. And the only reason is because I don't believe in Ben Roethlisberger in any way, shape, or form after seeing that wild card game. Like, not even a little bit. Like,
I don't even know if he's the QB in that game.
I don't know.
Wow.
Najee Harris, sure,
Wow.
defense, good. But Ben, yeah, no. I don't trust him at all, like at all in that game. And I think, with the Packers pass rush, it's getting better. And especially with guys like Rashawn Gary coming up, you got the Smith brothers coming back. Like, I think that there's like Preston Smith's contract is literally just incentive based. So like the more sacks he gets, the more money he's going to get paid. So like, he's gonna be like, I'm going to murder this man and make him burst into dust. Like he was a Thanos victim. So I think we're definitely going to get the dub there. The hard games that I see us doing is another short week against the Cardinals on prime time on Thursday Night Football. That's going to be rough. Then, of course, you got the Chiefs. I see us losing that game. It's at Arrowhead. The Seahawks could go either way, but Russell Wilson usually sucks at Lambeau. I had us losing to the Rams because, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I am just overhyped on the Rams, but I think Stafford puts them over the edge. They already have a really good defense. Aaron Donald will be healthy. I think that they'll be good. Ravens match up really, really well against the Packers. They're a big run-heavy team, mobile quarterback, which the Packers traditionally usually struggle with. Browns could be really problematic on Christmas, by the way. That could be a fantastic game.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward
I'm excited for that.
That's going to be a really, really fun game. I think the other Christmas game is like the Colts and Cardinals, which is also a good game. So there's some good Christmas games. I had our record going 11-6. So I had us finishing at 11-6.
In Aaron Rodgers' farewell tour, you're only giving him 11.
You know what?
wins.
Listen, as long as he's playing this year, that's all that matters. So
Can you answer this for me real quick, Tom?
Of course.
I don't know where I ripped this image from, but I see these stars here indicate
Those are the gold packages.
gold
Those
package.
yeah.
What's the gold package?
You got that exact image from Packers.com. And
okay.
basically it indicates there's like green packages and gold packages, and it changes like what you could do with the ticket. Like there's some things you could do like with the gold package, and it like there's something about.
Give us an example.
I know like the gold package is usually some events that are correlated with it, or like I don't know if they're worth more. There's something that happens. I've never been to a gold package game, but like I literally had a fan reach out to me like the other day and was just like, hey, like, I have season tickets. You can go to a green package game. I think it might have to do with the season tickets, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that there's like some differential between the gold and the
first of
green
all,
package.
I thought it was
a green package, number one. And number two, probably the gold package. Don't you get to like pet Don Mikowski's mullet or something? Like, isn't that some part of the Packers like experience? Like, or maybe you get to smell some old player's jersey and like, and just like, oh, I got the gold package.
Yeah, you're just like sniffing Aaron Rodgers' mustache. You're like, it's okay. I'm a gold member. Thank you.
Or if the gold package, they have like on-site hypothermia. Right, care for you when you're freezing at Lambeau Field. They're like, look, if you're a gold member, you can go into the medical tent over here and actually warm up and get some hot chocolate. But if you have the green package, sorry, we're gonna have to cut off those toes with a meat cleaver.
There you go.
If I were Aaron Rodgers, I would just refer to my penis as the gold package.
He did bring up gold member a lot last season, like a lot.
I just thought it was referring to the potency of the cheese.
No,
so
that was
it went.
So you're calling it 11 wins here for the Pack.
Yeah, I got 11 wins, and that's with Aaron Rodgers. So to be very clear,
and
that's
now
with Aaron Rodgers.
Without Aaron Rodgers, what are we thinking?
Pain.
Okay. 17-0.
17. Jordan Love is going to take us to the promised land, baby. Him and Bortles. I mean, you can't stop him. You can't stop him.
Has anyone ever seen Jordan Love play? Like,
yeah. Excuse me. There are videos that came out last year in camp of him missing some nets. Okay, and he missed those nets with grace. Yeah, no, he's been like posting every now and then on Instagram. I've been watching his stuff, like he's been I'm actually, I've never said this before. I'm actually really excited for the preseason because I'm excited to actually see Jordan Love play.
Right. That was robbed of us last year. Preseason.
He's an NFL quarterback. I hope he's practicing. I hope.
Are there still 4 preseason games this year?
Just one.
There's only 3. Because they added the regular season game, so they added another week, so they took away a preseason game.
So wait, they're doing 3 preseason games?
Yep, and then 17 regular season games.
I still have 4 on the. Maybe this is just wrong.
It's 3.
I'm only seeing 1 here on the Yahoo.
Yeah, I see 1 scheduled, but I don't see the other ones are TBA.
I have a love-hate relationship with the preseason because of the preseason, you got moments like Terrell Davis, like, blossoming into a Hall of Famer, but also when you watch him, you're just like, oh, I can only watch like one series of my team, and then it's boring as all heck. But then you get to, and then like there's no stakes in it whatsoever. You don't care if your team, unless your team goes 4-0 in the preseason, like you'd have no reason to get excited about it.
I don't think the teams that go 4-0 even get excited themselves.
They definitely don't. I
think it is a mistake to be removing preseason games, any preseason games, and a mistake to be going to 17 games. If we're talking about player safety, how is adding another game safe for players? We're talking about player development. How are you taking a game away from the preseason? Most of the preseason games are not starters. It's your bench. It's your deep bench. You're trying to find these players to make the 53, these fringe players, and now you don't have another game. Now you're literally taking out 25% of the time you had to look at these players. I think it's terrible for the sport removing preseason games, and I will die on this hill. Even if
I'm the opposite. We tend to disagree. Like I would rather wait until the start of the season and let's just get into it, and then put the onus on your scouts and talent evaluators. Though,
well, you're looking at it as a fan. I'm looking at it as like the football players themselves. These people doing this profession, this is gonna hurt those guys, right? As a fan, sure, preseason's boring, but if I'm a player, if I'm someone trying to play football,
sure,
this is terrible for me. I'm not getting looks anymore. I barely get looks in practice, right? Now I have no game. I can't even showcase myself. I'm an undrafted free agent. This was my time. Now I get cut. Now I'm not in the league. So I hate that they cut this game out of the preseason. And a lot of people on Twitter were with you, 5 points. They were with you. But I feel like those people just don't understand, like, the end of the bench players, the people who may or may not be on a team, the people like us who they're just 1 week away from being out of a job. Now they're going to be out of a job because they don't get any looks. They can't even get on the field.
What would you rather have? 2 preseason games, 18 regular season games, or 3 preseason games, 17 regular season games?
99
I would still have the 4 because what's going to happen? They're not going to play the starters like they already don't play the starters game 4. So they're just all they'll do is get better looks. The players playing in these games are going to be not the starters. So I would still keep it at 4 and then let the owners and the coaches decide how they're going to divvy it up. What's the new format that we do now? Right? We have 4 preseason games. We have 17 games. So now maybe we only play our starters game 3.
So
and that's it.
So that's why I think so I think that there's like a big emphasis on preseason, right? To Scooter's point. And like you look at you watch a show like Hard Knocks, right? In which these fringe players, that they could make the roster, they could get cut, they need to utilize every single snap. Sometimes they only play for a series, sometimes it's only like a half, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think though, if anything, when it comes to the starters, I think that they showed that they don't really need the preseason from last year. Because I have to admit, I was anticipating for the first month, it's some sloppy ass football. Because with the COVID and there's no preseason games, not much of a training camp, I was expecting to be sloppy. And for the most part, it wasn't. So I understand where Scooter's coming from in terms from the players of those fringe. I think what you're going to see then is you're really not going to see any starters. Maybe they play a series. But I think that those 3 games are just going to be really you're not going to see Aaron Rodgers maybe for a series and that's it. You're just going to see guys out there who are on the fringe. And if anything, they get more playing time because the third game of the preseason is when you saw those starters be in there for a whole half of football usually. So I'm wondering if they're just going to utilize that time better and just be okay, from the get, it's all these fringe guys. You get to play all 3 games and call it as it is. But I see where you're coming from. I personally hate the fact that there's 17 regular season games now. And I also hate that there was a 7th team added to the playoffs. I hate that. I that it messes up with the flow. I mean, I know it's all money. I know why. But the AFC game between Colts and Bills was good last year. But I'm sorry, the Nickelodeon Bears Saints game was straight trash. And I'm not saying it's just a Packers fan, but the Bears should not have even sniffed the playoffs.
But you got SpongeBob on an NFL broadcast.
That was innovative, though. If anything, it was innovative.
It was. Yeah, it's still being talked about a year later.
True. Now, real quick, I do want to say Aragorn has clarified. It gave a tenor thing. He said the gold package is for when the Packers played 2 games a year in Milwaukee. And the people that bought season tickets for the games there got the gold package games.
Oh,
little tradition there.
Tight.
Okay.
Can I say something about the preseason, guys? Oh, yes, I can.
I got you. Go.
Here's something I think might have happened last year without the preseason. I felt like we saw a bunch more injuries in September. As a team who was riddled by them, I feel like I don't know if it had anything to do with the preseason, but I think there might be something for at least having 2 games for starters to kind of just get their bodies right and their bodies used to playing football and that easing back into it with a quarter and then a half before they actually start. I think teams like the Broncos and the 49ers would say that
the Eagles,
maybe, that their teams were negatively affected by not having a little bit of a preseason. But I think 4 games was overkill because for the most part, there were maybe some guys on team rosters who earned their roster spot in that last game. But I feel like most coaching staffs know which guys are going to keep by that 3rd game. But yeah, adding the 17th game, I hate. I thought I would hate the wild card thing, but honestly, I enjoyed the extra football when it was there, even though it felt like more work. That's the only way I look at this now. It's like an extra game of the season. I'm like, that's more work for me. Extra playoff game, that's more work for me. So I'm selfish with it. I'm like, I just want to work less. I don't want the Super Bowl to be middle of February, ruining when they're going to start XFL football. They're pushing the XFL back, and that's a real shame.
Well,
You hate to see it.
all
But
right, well, Brandon, since your big face is up here, Tom,
Yeah, put him back there.
I'm
Go
back.
through your
Yeah.
schedule.
Back,
go-
baby.
Go through your schedule, boy.
Boom. I pulled the schedule up from my friends over at DNVR Broncos here in Denver. You don't spell it that way, so don't get tricked. We got Broncos have the luxury of a great, easy start to the season. We get the Giants, the Jags, and the Jets. That's 2 rookie quarterbacks versus a guy who plays like a rookie as well. And I think like if the Broncos are going to be good, they need to start the season with at least the ability to win 2 games, because Vic Fangio has yet to get a win in the month of September. So I would like to see that change this year. Ravens going to be tough.
hold
Sorry,
on.
what did you say?
You're thinking that Trevor Lawrence is starting week 2? That's your thought process?
Oh, he's starting week 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
for
what we're
sure.
thinking? Just
He's
throw
not
him into
gonna
the
learn
fire.
anything on the sideline.
Just throw him into the fire?
Yeah,
You,
absolutely.
if you're the Jags and you start Gardner Minshew week 1, Trevor Lawrence will never see the field. He will never see the field.
I think the worst thing that would happen for the Jags, they start Gardner Minshew trying to get Trevor Lawrence, up to speed, NFL ready, and Gardner balls out of control. Now what do you do?
I hope
Yeah.
that happens. Like,
Now
I
what?
really, really hope that happens.
Now what?
Everybody's rooting for Gardner. Like, he's the guy I was really hoping the Broncos would make a play for, that I thought was realistic. Like, Deshaun Watson was a dream, and then that got messy. Aaron
still
Rodgers
believe
was just
that?
a dream, and
And what happened, buddy? What happened in that dream? What
See,
happened?
here's the thing: is
it's here. I hold on.
Herb has to start Trevor Lawrence week 1 because now he has Tim Tebow protecting either his blind side or his right side, and Teeb's got him, man. That's all I gotta say is when you have that much hair and that much muscle on the line of scrimmage, you just can't be stopped. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and honestly, this was a point I brought up in a video yesterday that I thought was a good point. Like, having Tebow on your roster is a good thing because he's going to take all the attention away. So Trevor Lawrence could play like garbage, and nobody's going to notice if Tebow was in the game. If Tebow catches one pass,
Right.
everybody's going to be talking about Tebow in the locker room. Trevor Lawrence is going to get a free pass because Tebow's going to suck all of the attention like a magnet. He takes a lot of pressure off of Lawrence. The real question here, we're all talking about Tebow. Can he catch? What if Tebow's just an amazing blocking tight end? Can Tim Tebow block? Has anybody brought that up?
Is he
He's got
the
the muscles for it.
Kyle Pitts of blocking?
It could be. I could see some plays designed for Tebow just to sell season ticket packages. Like, look, we've got to get some more fans in here. Run a tight end screen to Tim Tebow over there, okay? Just do it and just make all of Florida happy, will ya? And then I could see them also, everyone being hyped about him just running on from one side of the field to the other. They would be like, oh my gosh, Timmy Tebow, no one's ever done it like him.
I really think they're going to utilize Tebow as a wildcat in some formations. Like, literally start him at tight end, shift out Drew Lock, it's goal line, boom, just like college. That is how I think he'll be utilized a lot.
If he does a jump pass,
I'd like it's coming. It's going to be in Madden.
Right.
I'm running it. I'm putting it in.
Skip Bayless explode. That's all I want to know. It's like, because that's what people have been waiting on. How many years has it been since Tim Tebow last threw a pass? I'm
8
just
years?
saying. If he does a jump pass off a decoy, it'll be replayed on NFL Network. It'll be in your Twitter feed all day. Like, you will not be able to see the end of it. Like, this man, I've never seen a player in the history of the NFL that if his very presence attracts more flashbulbs than anyone else in the history of the NFL.
No one
It's
ever.
unprecedented. No, he is the most polarizing, most attracted to player.
Hold on.
If he
He
makes
can't be the most
Jags-
polarized. He can't be the most polarized. We all know that's Colin.
I'm just
Polarizing.
That's Colin Kaepernick. Okay, but
oh yes, Kaepernick is. But if he makes the Jags roster, you're right, Brandon. If he makes the Jags roster coming out of week 1, the story is Tebow. It's not Trevor Lawrence gearing up for his, epic journey into the NFL. There's going to be more media surrounding Tebow than you will ever see, and that's all anyone's going to pay attention to. And yeah, Trevor Lawrence could throw 4 picks, but if Tebow catches a touchdown, that is the headline. That is the headline.
They lost 41-7, but good God, did Tebow catch that ball?
One-handed.
He answered his critics. He caught that ball.
So by this logic, should the Broncos then also sign Colin Kaepernick? Because then, no, okay. I just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there.
The Broncos almost signed him, but the 49ers wouldn't pay enough of the salary that Elway wanted at the time. I would have loved to have Kaepernick. Would I want Colin Kaepernick now from a pure football perspective? Probably not. But that's just because, like Tebow, he hasn't played for a long time. You could argue maybe Colin would be better than Drew Lock, but at this point, I don't know. Out of all the positions, if you're out of the game, and I'm not saying it's fair to Kaepernick, but being out of the game as a quarterback for as long as he has been, that's really hard to pick back up. But it's such it's a fun, I've thought about it. I would have taken Colin Kaepernick right away when the Broncos needed quarterback. If it was 1 year after he got screwed out of the league, yes, give me him because I think he's ready to play. Now it's 40 years now. My big concern would be just not playing that position, the quarterback position.
Yes, 40 years.
There's still a chance he would be better than. Well, I don't think he'd be better than Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy's a good quarterback. He didn't play great for the Panthers. We learned he doesn't like the way they practice.
Yeah,
but I think Teddy on a good team is a very good quarterback. So,
all right.
So, do you want to finish going through your schedule? I know we cut you off.
Yeah, we got distracted by Tim Tebow.
That's on me.
Scooter's next. So, Perna, give us a record, and then Scooter, you're gonna finish it off.
Okay. We'll beat the Steelers. We'll beat the Raiders. We'll lose to the Browns. We'll lose to Fitzmagic. We'll definitely beat the Cowboys. Then we'll lose to the Eagles, and that's going to hurt the Cowboys even more somehow. Then we get a bye week. Here's where I'm worried. We have 5 division games out of 7 to close out the season.
Jesus, that's rough.
Even if I thought the Broncos were going to be good, I would be this worries me a little bit. So what's 9-7 now? 9-8?
Yeah.
I say 8-9 probably.
8-9. Wow, you are a pessimist.
Unless we get Aaron Rodgers, then we go 14-2. Easy.
15-2 or
15-2. God, I'm good. This is going to be hard. 15-2.
I can't get used to it, and I hate it.
The math changed.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Why?
They're just going to change the values of touchdowns next.
That's the biggest complaint.
Scooter McGruder, how do you think your boys are going to be doing this season?
So there's really only, you look at our schedule, there's only 2 games, literally only 2 that give me hesitation, and it starts off in the very first week, okay? We're going to set the tone early. We're going to figure out what type of team we are week 1, because week 1, in comes Tom Brady, in comes the bandwagon of all the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And so that's going to set the tone. We can lose this game, but if we play well, that's going to give us the momentum we need. I don't think we lose it, though. I think Dak comes out, ankle is healed up, and he throws for 700 yards, sets a franchise NFL record week 1. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. The only other place that I am seeing we might slip up, chat, follow me, come with me. We're going to week, what is this? Oh my gosh, I have to count. We're
I
going to
hate the
week.
schedule so much. Look how uneven it is. It's
I
just,
know it's
it
messing.
bothers me.
We're going to November 21st. I don't even know what week this is. November 21st, we play the Chiefs. Okay. At Kansas City. Listen. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough game. Kansas City is gonna be a tough one. Buccaneers, it's gonna be a tough one. But look at this. Look at the schedule. Look at everyone else. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're going 6-0 in the division. Okay. Who's beating the Cowboys in the division? No one. Not the Giants, not Daniel Jones. I'm telling you that.
The football
You know what?
team.
Hold on,
might
real
sweep
quick,
y'all.
before you finish your rant here, because I feel like you're building up.
Okay.
Who is your favorite Cowboys player of all time?
Smith. Dallas
Emmitt
Cowboys,
Smith.
40
Okay.
Gators.
If the Cowboys only lose 2 regular season games, I will buy you any Emmitt Smith signed merch that you want.
Okay. Chat.
Okay.
You heard this?
Okay. If they only lose 2
Hold on.
regular
We need to
season
shake
games.
on it. We need to shake on it.
It's this.
Okay.
Those are official non-excuse games too. You can't be like, "Well, we lost that game because we should be."
Nope.
15-2.
More than
Dallas
a 2.
Cowboys 6-0 in the division. Look at the strength of schedule. If you look at it by the strength of schedule, the Dallas Cowboys have one of the easiest schedules
Now,
in the league. I think
I didn't,
we have
I didn't
the
finish
second.
my thing here.
My bad.
So if they lose more than 2 games,
Huh?
yeah, I'm gonna need you to buy a Ryan Fitzpatrick Washington jersey.
Yes.
So that's. I mean, you had a lot of faith. Like
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
you
you're
know.
speaking very confidently about this team.
Where's the
Okay.
shake?
All right. We shake it. We shake it.
There it is.
Put that in your shopping cart
15-2.
now.
All right.
Okay.
15-2. Look at it.
You're
Who's
Washington.
beating us?
You're welcome, Washington.
The Chargers?
Scooter.
No.
Scooter.
The Patriots?
Scooter.
You thought. I don't have time. Yes.
You got 4 out of 5 division games to end the season.
No.
Washington,
that's not,
Washington,
that's
New
not-
York, Philly.
That's not. No, it's not in in chronological order. It was just home and away on that.
No, but the dates.
Sure about that?
You're saying Giants, Washington, Cardinals, Eagles. I'm saying that those games might not even matter. Like the Eagles games, we're starting our backup. Cardinals game, we're
DiNucci
probably
coming
not
back?
even playing that game too. What I'm
So
saying
if
is,
you lose those games, though, you know you have to buy the jersey, right?
yeah,
Okay.
but we're not losing those games. We're still going to win with Ben DiNucci, perhaps. I'm just saying. Look at the strength of schedule. Okay, I got it right here. We have the second easiest strength of schedule, just based off last year's win losses. You know who has an easier schedule than us? Go ahead and guess.
Buccaneers.
No, they're fourth. We're second. Eagles are first. Of course, 5 points. Of course, it's going to be the Eagles with the easiest gosh darn schedule in the whole league.
Gosh darn.
You hate to see it. You truly do.
So, all right. So you got 15-2.
15-2. The bet is on the line. Chat, let me know. Did I make a mistake? I'm scared.
I'm really looking forward to that Ryan Fitzmagic jersey.
So you think you're just gonna roll the Chargers like it's not?
Like, dude,
Right.
you're gonna lose to the Cardinals. You're gonna lose to the Chargers. Like, there's teams that are gonna whip
I've seen
your
the future.
ass. Like,
I have seen the future. 15-2.
Here's
15-2.
the Edgies. Oh, I see Dallas having the 11th easiest schedule here.
What the heck was I looking at then?
you know what I think is gonna be the best thing is when Kyle Pitts single-handedly beats the Cowboys. Like that is gonna bring me such great joy. Just to watch, and that's going to be the third game you lose. Like it will bring me
as the clincher.
such joy.
Patrick Surtain picks off Dak Prescott for the game winner
Bro.
when they play the Broncos.
Bro.
Now you don't think that Washington is going to bring the house in one
Oh
of
my
those,
God, they're
one of the
going
two
oh.
games?
Their defense going to be legit.
Bro, listen.
That Washington
What-
football defense is going to be
The only reason the Cowboys were not talked about last season is because QB1 went down. That's it.
And their defense was trash.
And our
Yeah.
defense was absolute garbage. But listen, We just
That's
drafted
the whole side of the ball, buddy.
We just
That's
drafted
a whole-
32. We just drafted 32 defensive players. Okay, we're filling the defense. Defense should not be a problem. We invested all of our draft picks into the defensive side, basically. Okay, so we're shoring up the defense. If Dak comes back and he's even 80% of himself, 80% Dak gets us to 15-2, gets me a signed Emmitt Smith jersey of my choosing.
Cardinals.
80
Cardinals Emmitt Smith jersey.
I've seen the future.
Still Emmitt Smith. It's still Emmitt Smith.
Chat, let me know. Let me
I
know. What are
respect
you
the
giving?
optimism.
What are you giving the Cowboys record, chat? I need to know.
You
from
know what? I don't think that you're crazy, Scooter. 15 wins in a 17 game series is, I mean, I think the Cowboys will be much better than they were last year. I don't think
Agreed.
the 15 wins good, but I can see how you could disillusion yourself to thinking that you're going to sweep the football team and the Eagles. Everyone should beat up on the Eagles.
Correct.
In the NFC East. So I can give you those, but you're going to split some division
this is
games.
the problem.
That's just the nature of division.
How you look at the Eagles is how I look at the Giants. Okay, I feel like everyone should beat the Giants.
I feel like the Giants are going to be good this year, or at least a lot better than they were last year. If that offensive line remembers how to block,
which
and
they won't.
That's a big if. But I think with the defense, what we're talking about, Saquon back healthy for at least 3 weeks before his offensive line lets him down again. I think they can pull off some wins if they stay healthy.
If the Cowboys go 14-2, my prediction, 15-2. If the Cowboys go 15-2,
When the
my
Cowboys
prediction is Dak Prescott will double the all-time passing yards record.
It's not that hard.
He was
Like,
on
if you
pace
think
to break
about
it last year, right?
If
Your
you think
defense
about
is
it.
not that much better. You think it's going to be better, but if the Cowboys do go 15-2, they're going to have to score 50 points every week, and Dak
gonna be like
Prescott's
Pat
going to have to
Mahomes.
throw for 500 yards every week, which obviously
That's
great.
That's possible. Look at who he's
But I'm
throwing to
saying-
now.
Dak
I
Prescott's
would
got
say
over
the
10,000
Cowboys
yards for
now-
that to happen.
I would say the
10,000
Cowboys
yards.
now have the second best receiver core. We had the best receiver core, and then the Falcons drafted Kyle Pitts. Okay, I think that put them at number one, but then right underneath, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and we got Blake Jarwin coming back off of injury. Could be one of the best tight ends in the league. Right, Tom? You ever heard of Blake Jarwin? You're gonna know about him this year.
My
If you
dad
haven't.
my dad talks about him. Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to hear a lot about Blake Jarwin this year. Dalton Schultz, 5 points. You know about Dalton Schultz cutting you up. I'm telling you. I've seen the future.
Is Michael Gallup still on the team?
Michael Gallup!
You didn't say his
In
name.
the-
I did the
Bro,
horse sound. I did it.
That's your
Tony
speed.
Pollard.
That's your speed
Flex
demon.
out Tony Pollard. We can put Zeke with the possibility.
What happened to Zeke? Why does he suck now?
Possibility.
Yeah, why does he
Listen,
fumble so much?
listen,
Why does
listen.
Zeke suck now?
Why is your offensive line not good anymore?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Zach
going to
Martin even
happen
healthy?
when your left tackle gets injured, who you paid a lot of money, and now he
Okay.
can't play. He's out. That's
Yeah.
going to happen
That stings.
when one of your best players retires early
That stings.
on the line. That's going to happen when your right tackle, who you paid a lot of money, goes down.
That
So
stings.
you see, and then all of that can contribute to why Zeke maybe is not rushing like him old self. His line is not like its old self is.
Barry
Zeke's
Sanders
not gonna
never
be
needed
like
a line.
his old self.
Barry
Barry
never
Sanders
needed a line.
also has some of the most yards lost. If you look at his run, I think he has the most yards lost as a running back. So he has those highlights.
Is it almost as many as the Cowboys
Highlights?
playoffs losses, or are those numbers kind of close to one another?
What?
Is the amount of yards that Barry Sanders lost?
I can't
close
like
to the
there's some
amount of
static.
games that
I
the
can't hear you.
Cowboys have
Chat,
lost
are
in
you
the playoffs?
hearing? Can
Is
you
that-
guys hear
is that what
Tom?
that is?
So you're
I'm not.
Do you think that
What?
more games is actually going to benefit Mike McCarthy, or do you think it's going to be worse because he's going to have to get more massages? Like, where do you
I don't
see
think-
that on?
More of anything is going to benefit McCarthy at this point. Like we need less.
Barry,
However, we can.
Are you ready for run pass? Because that's what he's going to do. So, like, run pass special. That's
So
what
let me
it's
ask
gonna
you
be,
something
baby.
about McCarthy, since you have the expertise in this area.
Absolutely.
Does he
George
call the
Alabama.
plays? Like, what is his? Is he over the offensive department? Does he give the OC some leniency to do what he wants, some autonomy.
So here's the thing. You ask a really great question. Now, when you have a Hall of Fame superstar quarterback, Mike
Like Dak
McCarthy
Prescott.
just gives the keys to you. So I don't know what they're gonna do in Dallas since they don't have that. So I think
you
maybe
misspoke. What'd you
they
say?
just decide to be like, you know what? Let's just kind of chuck it up there a couple times. But
think you misspoke.
I hear
What?
Dak has a noodle arm, so I don't really know if he's going to be any good.
I'm not hearing what you're. Did
So,
you misspeak?
Scooter is saying 4-13 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, 413. That's how many
I have a
yards
quick
we'll
question.
have passing. Yes,
I-
Week
absolutely.
one.
Week one.
I
Yes.
have a quick question. Whose decision was it to go for that fake punt or whatever in the last game when the playoffs were on the line? Do you think that was Mike McCarthy's decision or the offensive coordinator? Because I'm trying to figure it out. It's still how many months later? It's like 6 months later.
Why are we? We don't
I'm
need to
trying
talk about that.
Figure out why.
We
what
don't
the
need
decision-making
to-
process-
we
I mean,
don't
I
need
guess
to-
it would ultimately come on him, right? He is the head coach.
What
Right.
does tearing open old wounds do? What does that do?
Sometimes you have to, if you're looking for an indicator of the future, sometimes you have to look at the past. Like when you had a Hall of Fame quarterback named Aaron Rodgers and you only won one Super Bowl with him. So,
Sure.
I'm just saying,
But who is
that's
that
good.
more indicative of? The coach or the player?
That has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers because
Let it marinate.
It's a team game. So
Let it
you know.
marinate.
Okay.
I-
We'll,
I-
we'll let it
Here's
marinate.
Barry Sanders' stats.
God,
Here's
he's
Barry
such a
Sanders with all
monster.
of those negative rushing yards. 1,400, 1,300, 1,500, 1,300. This is
Okay,
for the Lions.
You can
This is
show
for
that.
the Lions.
He was
2,000
just-
yards.
Bro,
He
you
was on
can
another level.
you can cherry pick stats all you want, but then
That
I
was
can
all his
pull up.
stats.
That's not showing you when he loses
14
20 yards on
touchdowns, 13
first
touchdowns,
down.
16
This is not
touchdowns.
showing. Now show wins and losses that same year.
He's
What
a
is
running
that?
back
It's not,
for
It's
the
not
Lions.
it's not
wins and
showing
losses.
you. It's not showing you that 12-yard loss he took, and they
He's
had to
the
punt.
greatest
That's not
running
what you
back
see in those
to
stats.
ever do it.
He's the second best after Emmitt Smith, who is the best
Oh
running
my
back
God.
of all
Walter
time.
Payton's better than Emmitt Smith.
The
Get on
best
out of here.
running back. Hold on, let me tweet this.
Emmett had large holes to run through. Literally, he would just be like, all right. Now, Emmett, I will not discredit Emmett. He
He's
ran the ball. Okay.
He's great.
And he
How
was elusive and he
dare
did his
you-
job. But if you put Barry Sanders on those Cowboys teams, he probably has double the amount of yards.
And he actually probably likes the team and actually stays playing football.
easily.
Listen. I know what you guys are trying to do, but it's not going to work. It's not
I
going to
will
phase
not
me.
accept reality.
You guys are all coming together and you're speaking things. But the truth of the matter is,
Emmett's sexy. I'll tell you
you
that.
look at the stats. Numbers don't lie. Barry would have been the best had he kept doing it. Okay? I'll give you that. He would have. There's not enough. Not enough. He didn't play long enough. He can't be the best. He's like Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson probably would have been the best running back, the best athlete ever. And I still think he is the best athlete ever. But running back? No. Why? Not enough. We don't have enough to go off of.
Not enough
Yep.
sample size.
We have this sample size. Now pull up Emmitt Smith's sample size.
10
see-
seasons?
See
That's
what
pretty
Emmitt
good.
Smith is
That's
doing.
pretty good.
Sanders also like had the garbage. Like he was on the Lions. Like that whole team was bad. Like their O-line was god, and he's still rushing for over 1,000 yards like every season, 2,000 yards in one of
It's
them.
like this. It's like this.
I think
Brett
you could
Favre-
argue Barry Sanders is the greatest athlete who has ever lived based on the fact
That's
that he
Bo
looked
Jackson.
good on the Lions.
That's Bo Jackson. That's Bo Jackson. Because he looks good doing every sport that he plays.
I think
All right,
that-
so-
didn't
just
Bo
to
Jackson
kinda, like,
master archery too?
Yeah, he's a beast. Did you watch his
Yeah.
documentary? Bro, this
Yeah,
man is a
that's part of it.
beast.
I heard
Yeah.
Bo Jackson was good at curling too. Like he would
I
do the
wouldn't put it past
curling.
him.
He could probably
I
bowl.
would not put it past
Pat
him.
Mahomes
no.
is pretty good at most things.
I look at it like this, right? Brett Favre has all those records, but he also has what records?
interceptions.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. Just like that. Barry Sanders has all those rushing records. Like he has all the
Yeah,
jukes.
well, it's
But
like
he has the negative stuff too that no one's talking about. We're just talking about the highlight. Which is
There's
fine.
nothing negative about
Highlights
Brady.
and Lions, yeah, those words don't go together. Those aren't synonymous. But we got to get it wrapping it up. So instead of going through a whole bunch of games, what I want you to do is I want you to look at the schedule, give me the number one game of the 2021 NFL season. Doesn't need to involve your team. Best game on the schedule. What do you got?
I need to look at the schedule.
All right, no one's paying attention. I'll go first. That's fine. All right. Now, a lot of people I think are going to say Patriots, Buccaneers. A lot of history there. Instead, nay. I'm going to pick a game that should have been on prime time, but instead is not. And that is, for the first time, as long as everything stays the same, the first time, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Chiefs, Packers. Because last time the Packers played the Chiefs, Mahomes was injured. He didn't play. So this will be the first time them meeting the State Farm Bowl at 4:25 Eastern. How that's not the Sunday night game is blasphemy. But I think that is going to be an incredible game. In Arrowhead, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Could get flexed. Mine is week 3 Eagles Cowboys, when the Cowboys start out 0-3 and Scooter has to pay up within
buys
the
a
first
jersey.
3 weeks of the season. I'm going to be watching that game hard. I'm going to be in the TV just like, oh my gosh, Dak threw his 4th pick already.
I got mine.
Smith scores 5th touchdown. Go ahead.
I'm going week 13, Broncos at Chiefs.
Okay.
Now you're like, oh, wait, the Broncos haven't beat the Chiefs in like 4 straight seasons. Well, guess what? Aaron Rodgers is the Denver Broncos quarterback. He beats the Chiefs for the first time in 4 years for the Broncos. The Broncos at that point are 13-0. By week 18, when the Broncos play the Chiefs again, he doesn't even have to play.
Dang. I like it.
And the Broncos, for the first time in 29 years, don't have a Monday night football game. Longest streak in the NFL, by the way. Broken. That will change because we will get flexed back into Monday night once Aaron Rodgers joins our team.
I think that's more likely to happen than Aaron Rodgers finish the season with the Packers.
Ooh.
I think that's more likely.
Oh, okay.
How much?
I can't wait for that Fitzmagic jersey. It's gonna look so. I want you to buy like a 5XL too. I want you swimming in it. I just want you swimming in Fitzmagic. Hey, Dad, Scooter, what's your top game?
Top game, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be week 18. When I can sit back and finally realize I have secured the 15-2 record because Ben DiNucci, starting at quarterback, brings it home and beats Washington in a game we didn't even need to win. Securing the dub, securing the 15-2. I'm getting a custom signed Emmitt Smith jersey.
Cardinals.
And we'll just go from there. Huh?
You know what? I actually would even be better than him starting out 0-3. Would literally be like Ben DiNucci starts in the last one and they lose by like a point. So they still go.
That is like more likely to happen than Aaron Rodgers finishing.
Who starts more games this year, Ben DiNucci or Blake Bortles?
Nope. Ben DiNucci, because Blake Bortles not going to start. You know what, guys? This has been a great show. I appreciate all the love. People, let's go through and see where they can find everybody. 5 points. What you got going on? Anything good? Okay.
I want to set up a scenario where Tom has to wear a Blake Bortles Packers jersey. We've got to wager somehow.
I don't like this.
I
think we should have a Clickbait Sports bet going, though. I think that we need to make each other suffer.
I don't know who's getting punished this week. I know it's not me because I only got. Well, actually, no, I got $8.05. But I will say this: you can find me at 5 Points Vids. I make lots of videos about information that you don't even know you needed to know. So
that's true.
Check it out.
That's true.
Mr. Brandon Perna.
You can find me at That's Good Sports. Don't know. I'm doing some sort of video tomorrow about NFL news. Hopefully something good happens because my script right now is pretty. I am reaching for a lot of news stories.
Did you get any donos, buddy?
I got about $27, and John Burns. I got to shout out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those super chats are from John Burns.
Oh, well, I also want to say thanks,
Crucial.
Travis, and thanks to Rammers Line for donating. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Scooter, where can people find you? Did you get like a lot of donations?
I
that went
got
under the radar?
0 donations today. Crucial, keeping me right where we need to be. Not the winner. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you. But you can find me youtube.com/ScooterMagruder. Listen, I've been working on this podcast for the past 3 weeks. It should be done. It should be done. Listen, should be done this week. Okay. Michael Gallup podcast coming out this week. Okay. Be ready. Be prepared.
Be prepared.
15
There
and
you
2.
have it.
Tom's just got more punishments than super chats at this point.
My God, it's the 3rd straight week in a row. I made $100.97.
Wow.
Y'all need to stop picking.
It's because
on
Tree
Tom.
wasn't here.
I know. That's what it was. You have got no comp.
Donating to Tom.
Who
Tommy
hasn't
Vision.
been punished in a while, though?
Keep
I think
donating.
we should.
It's 3 straight weeks. All right, what's it now?
I think
what-
what it would be. I think what would be fair, because it's 3 straight weeks in a row, is if Tom bought the punishment for somebody. If Tom bought a punishment for Tree for not being here.
Oh.
Oh,
And I can
I
text
can-
you
I can
his
make that
address.
happen.
Oh,
You can
I
send
like
something to
that.
him.
So if you win and you're not here, someone's not here, you can transfer over.
Yes.
I like that.
You have to purchase it, but still, you offset the punishment
Okay,
to
that,
that
I
person.
can do that. So I
Same
literally
thing.
just buy something for Tree that he'll hate.
Yes.
So what
would he
can we
hate?
think of together? Chat, what would Tree
Now, I just want to
hate?
put it out there. It was only $100, so like jerseys are like $150. Just want to put
Yeah,
it
no,
out
no,
there,
no, no,
you
no,
know?
no. It'll be reasonable. It'll be reasonable.
Is there like a food he hates we can make him eat on camera?
I think what we should buy is Le'Veon Bell's album and make him listen to it.
Oh yes, yes.
Love it.
There we go. What we
Locked
got to
and
do is we'll buy his album. We'll send it to him. He'll have to put in his, or at least he'll have to listen to it. He'll have to put in his headphones and listen
Life's
to it
a
and react
gamble.
to it. So we don't get a copyright, but still, he's got to listen to it and we've got to watch his face as Le'Veon Bell raps in his earballs.
I need
that's
to.
gotta happen.
I need. Life's a gamble. Okay, I need to find this and I need to purchase it. Do they have it on record? Because that would be even
On
better.
vinyl?
On vinyl, yeah.
On vinyl.
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
hold on.
think anyone is that. They're not setting up a.
I think
press
it's
to-
all. I think it's all digital though. I'll find it. I'll try to
I
find
didn't
it.
even know
All
he
right.
rapped.
All right, folks. Well, I'm Tom Grossi. Yeah, I'll be putting out a video tomorrow predicting the NFC North predictions. So yeah, you can go check all that stuff out. Make sure you subscribe to all these wonderful folks here. This is Clickbait frackin' Sports.
I just got $150 super chat.
Oh,
Yes!
My oh my, how the tables have turned.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
that's
Oh,
terrible.
thank God, I
Steve,
don't have to do anything.
it is Steve DeVault saving
Yes!
Tom's Tookus.
Woo!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Steve.
We still have to punish Tree though for not being here.
I'll
That's-
buy,
that's
we'll
fine.
get
Oh, wait.
Tree
No,
the
no,
album.
no. That is correct. No, because the streak has been broken. Now you get the punishment.
Woo!
Perna.
Oh, I avoided that like the plague.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Can someone screenshot Perna's face right now?
Oh, yes.
I think that he should have to get.
$150 in Canadian money, you beautiful son of a gun. All right, what's Perna gonna get? Let's car batteries and the nipples. What do we got?
I think Patrick Mahomes, the wig hair, the headband that has the Patrick Mahomes
Ooh.
hair, he should have to get that and wear it to the whole show next week.
I like that.
I'm with it.
I like it.
Perna, objections?
Yeah, of course I object.
Perfect. So then it's
Get
great.
rid of
That's
it. There it is.
It's done. It's
Nice.
right.
You know what? I wanna say
Patrick Mahomes hair. You
5.
can get it on Amazon. It's
Great
available. You
suggestions.
can order
today.
it right
Great.
now after the show.
Can I
Congratulations.
just wear a Philip Rivers bolo tie?
Nope. All right, I'm going to end the
Nope.
show before there's another donation. So, ladies and gentlemen, Clickbait Sports. See you next week.
you.
Stay safe.